and welcome back to Buddhism for Beginners. In the last episode, we began exploring Magga, the path, the fourth noble truth. We learned that the Noble Eightfold Path is the middle way, the practical road to the end of suffering. In this episode, episode 10, we will begin to examine each step of this path one by one. We start with the very first factor, right view, or sama ditti. Right view is the foundation of the entire path. If we do not see correctly, if we do not understand life as it truly is, then all our thoughts, our words, and our actions will be guided by misunderstanding. Just as a house built on weak foundations will collapse, a life built on wrong view cannot lead to peace. What is right view? So, what does right view mean in Buddhism? It is seeing reality clearly and correctly. It means understanding the truth of existence, the truth that the Buddha discovered. Right view means seeing the Four Noble Truths, that life contains suffering, that suffering arises from craving, that suffering can cease, and that the Noble Eightfold Path is the way to that cessation. Right view also means seeing the nature of impermanence, suffering, and non-self. It means understanding that all things change, that nothing we cling to lasts, and that there is no permanent, unchanging self inside us. Think of right view as a compass. If we have the wrong compass, no matter how hard we walk, we go in the wrong direction. But if our compass points true, then each step we take brings us closer to freedom. Why right view is essential? Why is right view so important? Because everything else on the path depends on it. Right speech, right action, right livelihood, all are guided by how we see the world. If we see wrongly, then even our best intentions can lead us astray. If we believe happiness lies only in wealth or power, we may spend our whole life chasing illusions. If we believe that actions have no consequences, we may harm others and think it does not matter. Right view gives direction. It tells us where true happiness can be found, not in possessions, not in endless craving, but in wisdom, compassion, and release. Without right view, we are like travelers wandering in the desert without a map. 2 levels of right view. The Buddha explained that there are 2 levels of right view. The first is mundane right view. This means understanding the law of karma, that good actions bring good results, and harmful actions bring harmful results. It is knowing that our choices matter, that we are responsible for our lives. The second is supramundane right view. This is the deeper understanding of the Four Noble Truths. It is not just believing that suffering exists, but truly seeing it in our own experience. It is not just hearing that craving causes suffering, but recognizing it in our own heart. It is the wisdom that leads to enlightenment. Both levels are important. We begin with the mundane, living ethically, understanding cause and effect. Then step by step, we deepen our view until it becomes supramundane, the wisdom of liberation. How wrong view causes suffering. To understand right view, we must also see what happens when we have wrong view. Wrong view is the belief that actions have no consequences. It is the belief that life is only for pleasure, or that suffering is meaningless, or that nothing matters.
In daily life, wrong view appears when we think, I will only be happy if I own this car, or this house, or this status. But once we get them, we are never fully satisfied. We want more, or we fear losing what we have. Wrong view also appears when we think, if I am angry and shout, it will solve my problems. But instead, it brings more conflict, more hurt, more suffering. Wrong view blinds us. It makes us chase shadows thinking they are real. It is like drinking salt water when we are thirsty. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. Developing right view in daily life. How do we cultivate right view? The Buddha gave us practical steps. First, study the teachings. Listen, read, and learn the Dhamma. Right view begins with hearing the truth. Second, reflect carefully. Don't believe blindly, but think deeply. Does this teaching make sense? Does it match your experience? Third, practice mindfulness and meditation. With a calm and steady mind, we see life more clearly. We see how thoughts and feelings arise and pass away. This direct observation is what turns knowledge into wisdom. Everyday examples help us practice right view. When joy comes, we notice, this too is impermanent. When pain comes, we notice, this too will pass. Step by step, our view grows clearer and truer. The benefits of right view. What happens when we develop right view? Our mind becomes lighter. We stop chasing illusions. We understand that nothing lasts, so we let go of attachment. We see that anger and hatred harm only ourselves, so we let them go. We see that compassion and kindness bring peace, so we cultivate them. Right view also strengthens the other parts of the Eightfold Path. With right view, our speech becomes more truthful, our actions more kind, our livelihood more honest. With right view, our effort, mindfulness, and concentration become steady and wise. Ultimately, right view points us directly toward nirvana, the cessation of suffering. It is the very first step on the path, and also the wisdom that completes the journey. Conclusion. To summarize, right view means seeing life as it truly is. It means understanding the Four Noble Truths, seeing impermanence, suffering, and non-self. It is the foundation of the Noble Eightfold Path. Without right view, we wander lost. With right view, every step leads to peace. We cultivate it by study, reflection, mindfulness, and direct experience. And with right view, suffering decreases, and wisdom and compassion grow. In the next episode, we will continue to the second step of the path, right intention, or Sama Sankala. Together, right view and right intention form the wisdom group of the path, the beginning of true transformation. Thank you for joining episode 10 of Buddhism for Beginners.